Good morning and thank you for joining us here live on Spectrum News 13. I'm Brittany Jones. A 15-year-old charged with murdering his mother is facing a judge today for the first time. Detectives say the teen confessed to killing his mom after a fight over bad grades. Spectrum News 13's Deborah Souverain is outside of the Volusia County Jail. And Deb, this teen also got two of his friends involved who will also be in court today.
JFRD is dropping off gallons of water into this tank so that firefighters could hook up to these hoses you see right there, running through the woods and fight the fire.
Time to get your weather on the ones forecast. Meteorologist Chris Gilson is live in the Weather Center for us. And Chris, it's not shaping up to be as gorgeous as it was yesterday.
No, yesterday was just absolutely magnificent.
A local Orlando business could not catch a break for months after getting hit by Hurricane Irma and then a fire. But tonight, the show must go on.
News 4 Jax reporter Brittany Jones is joining us live. She spoke with a source of hers who said this was no easy rescue, Brittany.
Yes, Tom and Jen, I spoke to one of my sources who's very close to the NAS Jax Fire Department, which is just across the river here where you see the plane is right behind me. My source says it was a difficult task, but they were definitely prepared. Now, I'm told the firefighters had to put rafts in the water to grab the passengers and the crew from off of a wing of the plane, put them inside a raft, pull them to the shoreline, then assisted them off of the rafts onto the rocks to bring them to safety.
We've been following breaking news from overnight. A 15-year-old is in custody accused of killing his own mother over bad grades. You heard the sheriff in Volusia County speaking about that. Just to give you an update of what they told us, the suspect was questioned by his mother about his bad grades, and then later on that night went inside of her bedroom and allegedly strangled her to death, or at least he said the first time he thought that she was already dead, but went back a second time and then strangled her again. And then the detective saying that he put her in a wheelbarrow and took her outside and traveled to bury her. But we'll continue to make sure we bring you all the updates on this story. They're taking them back right now. We're going to toss it over to your weather. The Florida Museum of Natural History is constantly changing with exhibits that range from an outdoor butterfly garden to prehistoric animals. Our Caitlin Wilson shows us they're taking visitors back in time to an age before dinosaurs. And this week's Florida on a Tankful with greetings from Gainesville. But I spoke to one mother who told me that man offered her son $1, then brought him to the car, told him to sit in his lap, and tried to teach the 5-year-old how to drive. Well, an 8-year-old's history knowledge of presidents is so impressive, he's gone viral on social media. Our Lauren Verno sat down with Jared to put him to the test.
I admitted defeat, and we shook hands to a good game. All right, any other? Lauren Verno, Spectrum, News 13.
Well, he would have got me too, but this kid, he's got some big dreams when Jared grows up. He says he either wants to be a surgeon, football player, or, of course, the president. So we'll be looking out for his name. If you need a little fun on your Sunday Fun Day, our Allison Walker-Torres shows you what you can do to get out of the house. She joins us now with things to do near you. We've got so much to get to this morning, but first a look at your weekend weather. Meteorologist Maureen McCann is in the Weather Center. And Maureen, I had a rough night last night. I know some people around here, we went without power, all the howling winds. All right, this is going to do it for me today here on Spectrum News 13. I'm Brittany Jones. Sharon Stone is up next live at 5 p.m. with the latest news around Central Florida. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks.
Let me just show you. You can see people have started leaving flowers and a candle right here at the doorstep to remember the victim. And basically, neighbors tell me her name was Lynn Bender and that she told them she had been concerned about a man she knew. It was a rough night for Jana Morum after her neighbor who lives directly behind her and a man were found dead inside this home.
I just can't help thinking of my neighbor, and I see her face, and it was kind of tough to sleep.
Officials haven't released the woman's name, but neighbors tell me it's Lynn Bender. Morum still trying to process it all and tells me she's shocked but not surprised. That's because the Clerk of Court's website shows Bender filed a domestic stalking violence injunction against a man on December 5th last year. By December 12th, she was granted the injunction, valid through December 2020.
She had taken out a restraining order against someone, and that particular person was the one that I know now was odd, and we should have cautioned her against spending time with him. But she had a big heart.
Several neighbors tell me they saw a man acting strange at the victim's home in the past, but it's still unclear of how the two died or their relationship. Now Amorum and other neighbors are just trying to remember the type of person she was.
I want to say that Lynn was a beautiful person, and I will remember our interactions and the kindnesses that she offered.
Neighbors tell me the woman was a realtor who was scheduled to host an open house yesterday, and when she didn't show, they started making calls. Now at 11, we show you how neighbors say this will change the way they look out for each other. Reporting live in Nocatee, Brittany Jones, Channel 4, the local station.
Well, Eric, since we've been standing here, we saw some of the other rides going except for that one. And I found at least 3 failed inspection reports that revealed a closer look at a troubled past for this ride.
Lindsay and Hannah Witcher have watched crews work on the Sand Blaster roller coaster for the past few days.
The next day that we came out, we saw them painting it, and then all of a sudden we saw people ride it just like that.
The Sand Blaster roller coaster giving thrills since 2013, but now safety inspectors are working to figure out why the ride derailed and injured riders.
It doesn't even look safe.
Some question, should it even have been in operation?
That just looks kind of janky.
Well, actually not really shocking because of the conditions of it.
Those conditions described in several reports I dug through, revealing a list of problems and failed inspections. Less than a month ago, the Florida Department of Agriculture inspected the roller coaster on May 31st, listing several deficiencies, including damaged fencing and handrails, carrier tubs not properly secured, bent and damaged, and excessive corrosion, plus bracings were missing and electrical issues. Before that, on May 17th, damaged carrier tubs were listed. Also, restraints and latches damaged and not working, and the track was cracked. And in February 2017, again, carrier tubs not properly secured and damaged fencing and handrails. But on the day of this terrifying incident, a report shows hours before it passed an inspection. Now the Department of Agriculture said, quote, just yesterday, department inspectors conducted a thorough inspection of the ride, and it was found in compliance with state law. End quote.
What are you hoping now comes out of all of this?
That it gets shut down.
Now, we have reached out to the owners, and I have yet to hear back at this time. Yesterday's report, though, is still open because this is an ongoing investigation. Now, the Department of Agriculture has launched its own investigation and say they will find out who is going to be held accountable for this.
Got to be precise.
It's a return to the gridiron coach John Wilkinson had always hoped for.
It's where I'm supposed to be. It's the community I live in.
Football is a collision sport.
From the classroom to running drills and hard hits. His first fall practice with this team.
I'm not in it to make friends or to do anything. I'm in it to win football games.
That's not a problem for him. 13 seasons with Cocoa High, 4 state championship titles, and more than 140 W's.
You're going to be scoring a lot of touchdowns.
Now he's back on the new Smyrna Beach High School field, this time as head coach.
For me this year, it's a new beginning, and being with new kids and still getting to know them. I've only been here 3 or 4 months, but starting to see them start trusting a little bit more.
Why did he return? His son, number 23, played a big role in this decision.
It's just special to me, and like I said, I was in a great situation down there, but I love the kids down there, but I love my son too. He's gonna have to make his own way. I treat him just like I'm gonna treat everybody else, and I'm probably a little bit harder on him.
It means a lot to me to go to a program that you won 4 state championships at, and just to come here just to coach me and be closer to your family. It's just better. Just thank you.
Coach Wilkinson says he's tough on all of the players out here. He says that's how they win those championships. So they'll be focused on running the ball and stopping the run, and that starts right here on the playing field.
This takes special people. This is the greatest game in the world.
25 years coaching and eager to start another season at home with some of his coaches he brought with him and 74 new family members.
We're going to play to win, and we're going to be prepared, and we're going to work hard.
In New Smyrna Beach,
Hey, family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Brittany Jones, Spectrum News 13.